Welcome to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse?
With your host, Louisa Barton.
I want to be a famous rider. I should like to race.
Presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital.
Truth is, I help horses with people problems.
Now here's the Brit on the bit, Louisa Barton.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Larson Farms is our TV broadcast sponsor. Mr. Richard Larson, a man of great integrity, cares about every single bale of hay and about taking care of his customers. He also has a huge heart for those genuinely in need. Larson Farms, Idaho's finest alfalfa. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital. Thank you for joining us this week for the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital.
And Complete Care.
And thank you to Larson Farms, our TV broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
That was the finest alfalfa. So this week we have a great lineup for you. You have us, which is always a treat. Oh, did I say treat? Treat. See, this is, it's upside down. This is a Gentle Carousel Miniature Therapy Horses card from their lovely little card box that I have. And we're going to have a word of the week. Treat. Maybe Gigi, because Isaac's very busy producing a live show. But Gigi is going to count the treats this week. And I'm up for 2 already. So I'm ahead.
Wait. That's not fair.
The fact that I am a chatterbox really helps because it's a treat to hear a British accent. This is the word of the week.
Yeah.
Of the week.
Real easy. You started off and say treat 50 times. I got 1. I said treat. Oh, that's 2.
And it is a treat indeed to have my 2 co-hosts here this week. Maria LaCasse from Midnight Rose Equestrian, who, thank you very much, gave me a fabulous massage last night and took all my aches and pains away. You are wonderful.
A new location in Ocala.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Near Horse and Hound.
Yes.
Shout out for Horse and Hound there, who have really, really nice food. It's a treat to go there.
Yep. With relevant massage.
She's got to say it 50 times compared to 1 of ours.
If I'm not careful, I'm going to get a stupendous from the show producer at the end. And
wouldn't that be a treat?
A rare treat.
Oh, gosh.
Isaac Brocious.
I already lost count.
So we're not doing too good. And anyway, I haven't even got to my other co-host name yet. I've got Dancing,
Dolly.
Pete Rodda. Dolly lookalike this
Dancing
weekend.
Dolly.
Dancing Dolly this weekend.
They want to dress me up for this Dolly Parton lookalike.
That's right. And we're going to have Dr. Cayot up next in the next segment. And then we actually going to have a couple of really interesting segments about the Thoroughbred Expo, the makeover. Absolutely super awesome event every year. Love to support that. Such a great cause as well.
I bet they use a lot of treats. Just to throw it out there. And then it's a treat indeed to have Maria talking about massage.
It's such a treat.
It is. And we're going to talk about some of the foot in the mouth things that go on around here. And there's an ear here, which is, for hearing, I think. But anyway, we're going to talk a bit about that. And then we're going to have a tip of the week for you. Probably something like don't give your horse treats.
Yes.
No, indeed.
Don't give them treats.
Which I don't agree with. But anyway, we're going to have a good show. And then we're going to finish out the show with a shout out for Ree Nabranch and Jodie Moore and some of the absolutely beautiful items she makes and where you can find her on Saturday. But starting out with some events, we've got to mention the Horse Protection Association of Florida because we love them and because they turn tragedy into triumph. And you can do the Spirit Walk Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Horse Protection Association in Micanopy. And you can have a real treat taking one of these miniature horses for a walk.
But don't bring them treats, please.
Right.
Yeah,
Courage,
they're not
faith, hope, love, all good things. Real treat to take those for a walk. So you'll really enjoy that. And you can reach out to Christine at hpaf.org to go and walk one of these delightful little miniature horses and have a very spiritual time and sit down on a bench and just have some nice quiet time and give these wonderful little minis a good walk as well. Yes. Hero Horse, of course, is coming up. That is the documentary premiere, A Magical True Story, about Gentle Carousel's miniature therapy horse. This one, that's on the treat card.
You had plenty of openings. I've been watching.
No, right? This is the documentary premiere, December 7th. And that's at the Marion Theatre, Ocala, 7:30 p.m. There's a VIP pre-party at 6:30 p.m. Phone number for any more information, 352-226-9009, or you can hit that little...
QR code.
Thank you. I always forget that. QR code there, and that will take you right to tickets. You can buy a ticket for yourself for $25, including drinks, popcorn, and all that good stuff. If you cannot attend, you can purchase a ticket for a veteran.
And how are you and Magic showing up to this event?
It'll be a real treat to arrive in a limousine with Magic to the red carpet, which will be brilliant. And next up, very
Golf.
important, golf. I cannot play, but I'm going to try. The Piranha 50th Anniversary Celebration and Golf Tournament will also be Thursday at the Marion Theatre, but it'll be the 15th of December, and that will be the premiere of the Piranha Life documentary at 6 o'clock. And then on the 16th, there will be at the Country Club of Ocala, breakfast registration, shotgun start, lunch buffet, intermission, and dinner gala for the golfing event, brought to you by Envu. I hope I pronounced that right. Envu. Envu is how I would say it if it was in France, but I'm not. Also sponsored by DeLuca Toyota, Everglades Equipment, WCJB, Barents, Golf Central, and that's it.
That was a treat.
That was indeed. And it's all going to a good cause, by the way, with $75,000 in prizes. And all that money is going to very, very, very good charities in our area, including the Youth Ranch Equestrian Program, and also the Canine Warriors Program as well. So great causes there. Thank you, Isaac. And don't forget, Stirrups and Strides is this Saturday, December 3rd. Very exciting Urban Cowboy Night.
Come and dance with us.
Yes, come and dance with him. It's a real treat to dance with Pete. It's a treat to dance with Pete.
Oh, now
that was really good.
Now she's gonna put it in poetry.
That's at the Quail Roost Arena, 4246 West Highway 318, Citra. Tickets are $75 each. You can buy a table, be a sponsor, or donate a prize for the silent auction, and a lot of fun night you'll have dancing with Treat. Dancing with Treat Pete. And don't forget, there's also a Dolly Parton contest where you will see Pete diva-ing like Dolly.
Dancing Dolly.
Dancing Dolly, yes. He's got a whole new name starting next week. And that's also the same night at 6:30. It's $20 for part of the fundraiser to be a Dolly Parton lookalike. And I am one of the judges, and the other judge is Betsy from Larson Hay.
Oh, I got a chance now.
Yeah.
That's this Saturday, December 3rd. Make sure you get your tickets. It'll be a great fun event, a lot of good times, and a great way to help the Therapeutic Riding Centre as well. And don't forget, it's the 6th Florida Thoroughbred Transformation Expo. That's December 9th. That is an incredible event featuring competition in 6 disciplines: show hunter, show jumper, dressage, eventing, working ranch, trail horse, and freestyle. That is at the Florida Horse Park. And you can get more information at runfortheribbons.org. And of course, if you want to stick around a bit longer, you'll get to hear directly from the horse's mouth what's going on at that event and why it's so important and how you can help to support them. Very excited to have that event in its 6th year here at the horse park. Woo. And my donkeys will be watching.
It'll be a treat.
I was about to say, you beat me to it. Equine Performance and Innovative Centre has a November 15th to December 15th special. Overnight boarding if you want to go away for the holidays and be stress-free. They will feed, groom, and take loving care of your horses every day and treat them like family. And if you want therapies plus boarding for $125, that would include swimming, aquapacer, vibration, plate, MagnaWave, Urosizer, laser therapy, and massage. All good. Equine Performance and Innovative Centre. And if you want to look better for the season, Botox holiday, December 2nd at Nirvana Medical Spa. So you can join them at 3020 Southwest 27th Avenue from 5 to 8 p.m. for a little Botox party for equestrian betterment. How about that? That was good. What a treat.
Jeez.
We'll be back in just a few minutes on the Horse Talk Show with Dr. Cayot, and that is always a treat. This portion of the show is presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care, and our TV broadcast sponsor is Larson Farms, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Supporting sponsors are DAC Vitamins and Minerals, Seminole Feed Stores, Lip Chip LLC, Piranha, Florida HVAC Services, Crystal Cryo, Ocala Dog Ranch, and The Drinking Post. This show is brought to you in part by DAC Vitamins and Minerals of Florida. All horses need a solid immune system, excellent joint support, a healthy gut, and DAC has all the vitamins and minerals they need with the NASC stamp of approval. So like them on Facebook now or go to feeddac.com. DAC, it makes a world of difference.
With over 70 years of collective experience in the horse industry, Lip Chip was built with integrity by horsemen for horsemen. Introducing the Chip Link system, powered by Lip Chip, where a 15-digit unique ID becomes a key to unlock not only identity, but also health paperwork, owner information, and even photos of each horse. So simple, even a child can do it. The future is here. The future is Lip Chip.
Hi, I'm Justine Dutton, Grand Prix show jumper and previously international event rider, coming to you from Notting Hill Stables in Ocala, Florida. Here at Notting Hill Stables, we use Equine Therapy International PAMF Activomed blankets on all of our show jumpers. These help to relax muscles and promote blood flow and circulation. We use the Activomed blanket on a daily basis as well as at competitions. It helps us a lot at competitions, especially before they start jumping. The tense horses really like it because it just helps to relax their muscles so they feel ready and confident to go in the ring. After the horses have jumped, we like to put it on and it really helps with recovery. I would highly recommend Equine Therapy International and all their products for all your therapeutic needs.
Talk show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
I'm Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show on Equus Television on all smart TV networks, and we're here at Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital in Complete Care. And I have Dr. Adam Cayot here with us, and we are going to talk a little bit about a topic we haven't covered before, why Louisa's sweating so much. No. I'm not a non-sweater, by the way. I'm not crying. No. Let's talk a little bit about embryonic death, abortion, and then also cover a little bit on twins, because that's a different situation with horses than most of us. So share a little bit with us about some of the things that can cause an abortion in a horse.
Well, abortion in horses is a frustrating problem. Certainly, depending on the process, the owner and the veterinarian could have spent a lot of time trying to get this mare in foal and have her carry a foal successful to term. Can be very frustrating to say the least if she aborts or something happens to that foal after you've done all this work, spent all the time, spent all the money trying to get her there. Things that cause abortion, certainly viral things like rhino is known to cause abortion. There's other viruses out there that can cause abortion. They can if the mare gets a bacterial infection or a placentitis, where the placenta becomes inflamed, that can cause abortion. And then many times we don't know what causes it. It just happens, or unknown etiology. So those are the most frustrating, and unfortunately, those are the ones that happen most often, because a lot of times we don't have a reason for it. So that can be very frustrating. Certainly, if they have twins, they often abort. So as far as the twins go, we try to check for pregnancy approximately 2 weeks after ovulation, and at that time you can typically see 1 or 2 vesicles, and if there are 2 vesicles, we typically what we call pinch off one. So we crush one vesicle, and that allows the other vesicle then to mature properly and be foaled. Now, certainly there are stories out there of horses that have had twins successfully. However, that's a very small percentage, and probably less than 1% of twins will be developed. Will be delivered to term, and many times, even if they are to term, one will die or be really small and be not thrive. So we try to avoid that, and the best way we can avoid that is determining pregnancy early and reducing one of the vesicles so that the other one can mature properly. So if that is missed, and sometimes it happens, sometimes we don't know, or there's all kinds of things that can lead to why you would not know there's twins there. But typically those mares will typically abort around the 6 to 7 month time, and you'll typically see 2 fetuses delivered typically at that point. So this all kind of runs together. But certainly if you had a history of a mare that has aborted or has lost a pregnancy in the past, there are things that you can do. You can try to prevent placentitis or bacterial infection getting into the uterus with Caslix, with antibiotics throughout her pregnancy term. Make sure they're vaccinated properly. Make sure they have their rhino shots and those things. Everything you can do to try to prevent early pregnancy loss is what we try to do. Put them on a progesterone like Regimate, and that helps support the pregnancy as best you can. So all my horses that have had a history of abortion, they basically go on Regimate from day one when we know that she's in foal, or even after she ovulates. We'll put them on Regimate or Altrinogest, and I will basically keep them on that until about 120 days. 120 days post pregnancy is when the actual fetus takes over production of the progesterone, and then I'll typically draw a progesterone level on the mare to make sure that it's where it needs to be. And if it is, then typically I can take them off. If I have a particularly bad mare or one that has multiple early loss, then I'll just keep them on the Regimate throughout their whole pregnancy, basically, because it's too much. It's too much time, too much money put into trying to get this mare in foal to take any chances. So we try to do everything we possibly can to prevent that from happening.
And so, if a mare has a bad colic during a pregnancy, is it very difficult? If it's a kind of a severe colic, is it very difficult to prevent a potential abortion from that?
Certainly, any stressful situation like that doesn't help us at all, and especially if it's a colic that they end up having to do surgery on. Number one, it can be, depending on where she is in her term, it can be hard to do the surgery because you got this big fetus sitting in the abdomen that you're trying to get in and work around, and the anesthesia is rough on them, and it certainly doesn't help holding that pregnancy. So certainly if that happens, we jump to all things that we can do, keep them on the progesterone, even sometimes give them some like Ventapulmin or something to help relax that smooth muscle to keep the uterus happy. And we try to do everything you possibly can. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. She's still going to abort, but certainly you don't like that to happen when they're pregnant.
Makes sense, absolutely. And then does it ever happen, just to wrap this up, where a foal can die in the mare and then not actually abort on its own? Does that happen?
Well, typically if a foal dies, the mare will get rid of it at some point. Certainly it's not typical for them just to be in there and because they become necrotic and the body says, no, this has to get out of here. It's not good. So typically that will happen at some point. Certainly it's not like, mares are not like women in the fact that we can't hear a heartbeat all the time. It's too big. You can't put the sonogram on the mare's belly and hear the heart beating and stuff. So basically at a point, we have to assume that Mother Nature is doing its job. And then certainly when it gets to a certain point, we can palpate the mare and obviously if the foal's moving and you feel the fetal movement, that's great. And everything's good, but it can happen. But typically if it does happen, the mare will abort the fetus.
Dr. Adam Cayot here at Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital in Complete Care, covering some equine abortion. We hope that we don't have that situation, of course, but good to know what to look for, and very important to be aware of the twin situation as well. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show. This portion of the show is presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care, and our TV broadcast sponsor is Larson Farms, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Supporting sponsors are DAC Vitamins and Minerals, Seminole Feed Stores, Lip Chip LLC, Piranha, Florida HVAC Services, Crystal Cryo, Ocala Dog Ranch, and The Drinking Post. Crystal Cryo offers cryoskin facials, cryo slimming, and cryo toning, all non-invasive with no skin damage, no discomfort, no recovery time, and cryo offers a healthier alternative for anti-aging, boost collagen, and freeze fat cells. Check them out now at crystalcryo.net. Crystal Cryo, a beauty spa specializing in body contouring to enhance confidence with self-care, one body at a time.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
Horses. Piranha! Oh no! All the humanity! Oh, piranha.
Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care seeks to be a leading international veterinary practice that provides state-of-the-art veterinary care to their patients while fostering professional relationships with their clients that stand the test of time. For 24/7 and the best in equine care, check out Peterson and Smith at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now for more information. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Louisa Barton here in the studio in the horse capital of the world, downtown Ocala. I have Maria from Midnight Rose Equestrian and Dancing Pete from Complementary Horsemanship here co-hosting this week. It's been a real treat to have them both here at the same time. And we have our special guests in the studio this week. It's very nice to have Laurine back with us and Abby, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Thoroughbred Transformation Expo in its 6th year, which I had to pinch myself because I can't believe that. I'm going to have you guys lean in here because I'm loud. No comments.
It's a treat when she's loud.
Very funny. Tell us a little bit, first of all, about Laurine. I know you've shared with us before on the show a little bit how it got started, but maybe for our new listeners, you can kind of tell us a little bit about why this is so important to you.
So originally we got started as an aftercare facility where we took in horses, we retrained them, rehomed them, and as the need for funds to take care of those horses increased, we came up with the idea to do horse shows. So we originally started as a 100 jumper show series out at our farm in Morriston. And then I think in our 3rd year of shows, we decided to expand and do something similar to the Kentucky Thoroughbred Makeover, which is a program that we completely admire. Mm-hmm. They've had a lot of success, and it's for the same cause that we love, and we support their mission. And we've started the Florida one back in 2016, and it's taken off since then. And it's a lot of fun, and the cause is one that is dear to both of our hearts, coming from the racing industry. And it's just humbling to be a part of every year, and I can't say enough good things about it.
Talk to us, Abby. Talk to us a little bit about the thoroughbred industry and kind of your experience there, and just taking that over to having off the track thoroughbreds, after racing, and kind of why that's important to you.
So for me, it's funny because it's actually coming back around to that. I started out, I showed probably from when I was 15 on pretty seriously, and it was all with thoroughbreds. I at one time I had 3 off-track thoroughbreds. One was a steeplechaser in France that my dad brought back, who was related to Dancer's Image, his pride and joy.
Nice.
One of his pride and joys in the horse world. And so for me, and then I got out into racing, and thoroughbreds were always my go-to. They're so honest and, great athletes. And so then getting in racing for years and years. And then Laurine, when she, asked me to be on the board and help promote this event, I was like, absolutely. People need to really understand about the thoroughbreds and how versatile they are, how, they're not all hot, they're not crazy, there's none of that really that we're looking at or dealing with. So we've worked hard to make this event.
A lifelong love of thoroughbreds, certainly. Yes. And growing up in England, when I was jumping and eventing, that's all I had was right. As warm bloods weren't a big craze like they are as much now. They were, but not like they are now. So we had thoroughbreds, and always, they were always fast and good turn of foot and very, very versatile for all sorts of things. I mean, I used to hack mine around and go fox hunting on him and everything. I could do a little bit of everything with him. Yeah, very brave. Yeah. Actually, I'll never forget the day I tried him out at the, I was actually at the NEC in Birmingham when I went to try him out with my mum, and his name was Flint. And he had a big fancy name, Electrocyte, something Flint. But anyway, he was a chestnut. At the time, he looked very big, but he probably really wasn't all that big. He was probably like 15'3", 16 hands, but he seemed big to me at the time. And my mum took me to the equestrian centre to try him out. And I remember the woman's name that was selling him was a kind of a top riding instructor in that area. Her name was Gloria, and everybody was a bit intimidated by Gloria. She was one of those typical scary riding instructors that you were like frightened of, We've
all had one of them.
We've all had. Well, I've had several because in England all they do is scream at you. Yes.
My instructor in New Zealand, she was English, and she'd just scream at you.
Yes.
You could hear her across.
So maybe it's a British instructor screaming thing, but anyway, I remember my mum. I went to try this horse and my most recent horse name was Damien, and he was actually a Connemara, and he had passed away, and I was devastated. I didn't even know if I was ready for another horse, and I went out to try Flint, and I remember being very intimidated by Gloria, and I got on this horse, and she had me walk, trot, canter, both directions, and then when he was all warmed up, she said in a very strong British accent, "I'm just going to pop a little jump up for you then, dear." And I guess you don't really call them spreads here, do you? But anyway, it was a spread, which was quite wide. And And anyway, she popped this little jump up that was actually 3'6", and I was like, that doesn't look like a little jump, and it's a spread. So anyway, I popped Flint over it, and my mum said, okay, well, we'll take him then.
Oh my God.
And so off we went with Flint, and he was my fox hunter and eventing. We did some eventing, and we did some show jumping. And until I moved to America, he was my horse, and we actually sold him right before I left to move over here. But he was really quite a horse, and he was, he actually had never raced. He was just born to just be a show horse, which in England thoroughbreds often just are. You don't have to be a racehorse first.
Right.
You can be just a show horse. But super, super horse. And, I got lost out hunting on him once for hours and hours on end. And he was, we got separated from the rest of the hunt. And he was ever so good. So, they're really special horses. A lot of people.
All my horses have been off the track. And they'll all go different things. Like, I try to do dressage with them. And they're like, no, I want to be a polo horse. And I'm like, awesome. No, I want to be a barrel horse. Okay, cool. Bye. I want to be an adventure. Awesome.
They can really do anything.
They're really versatile.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I
That's
think you
the thing.
showcase
Yeah.
that, don't you, so
Yeah.
well. Tell us about some of the different sports that you do during the event. I think we have some photos that we can share with you as well if you're joining us on TV or Facebook. If you're on the radio, then you can always listen and look later.
So we've got the freestyle, which is always one of my favorite. The hunters. The hunters is my probably ultimate favorite because that's what I did growing up. I did the hunters and the equitation, and I just think it's so pretty and and slow, and the jumps are nice. We do the paraded thoroughbreds, which is a newer event that we added last year. All of the competitors are welcome to compete. We allow outside people to come and compete their thoroughbreds. They can lead them in hand or they can be on their back. We do a veterans lead line cavalcade with the kids, and that benefits all of the U.S. military. And we do dressage, we do eventing, we do the show hunters, the show jumpers, and this year we have our working ranch, which we also opened up to the English discipline and made it also a trail horse division so that any discipline, Western or English, can compete in that division. So we're excited about that this year, which is something new.
That's the fun class.
And then we do one special award too at the end of the show, which is our most versatile thoroughbred. So any horse that competes in at least two of the disciplines during the weekend is eligible for that, and it's a point-based competition, and we award that plus $1,500 in prize money at the end of the weekend to one horse. So that's always an exciting thing too.
You must need a lot of volunteers to put this together.
It's surprising. We
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
There's one
volunteering.
great that was the last
Segue.
day where it poured, and I think we were also presenting awards. We had great weather until the hunters finale on Sunday, and then it was just downpour mess.
Oh,
The
no.
horses didn't care.
No, the horses loved it.
They were
And then
fine.
there we are hiding from the rain. John Henderson is our announcer. He is the voice of OBS and Human Sales.
Yeah.
He's our
Know
official
him well.
voice again this
Yeah,
year.
he's great.
He's an amazing
Yeah.
man. He's been supporting us since year one as our auctioneer at our first banquet. So we're glad to have John back representing the
He's
off-track
the voice.
thoroughbreds. He is the official voice.
What a treat to have him on board.
It
We have to
is.
take a break, and we're going to come right back with Laurine and Abby. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show.
Welcome back to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this.
With your host, Louisa Barton.
What does it feel like to be in love with a horse?
Presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience.
Back in the saddle again.
Now, here's your pretty Louisa Barton.
You're fab. You're switched on. You're a bit of all right. Yes. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Larson Farms is our TV broadcast sponsor. Mr. Richard Larson, a man of great integrity, cares about every single bale of hay and about taking care of his customers. He also has a huge heart for those genuinely in need. Larson Farms, Idaho's finest alfalfa.
With over 70 years of collective experience in the horse industry, Lip Chip was built with integrity by horsemen for horsemen. Introducing the Chip Link system. Powered by Lip Chip, where a 15-digit unique ID becomes a key to unlock not only identity, but also health paperwork, owner information, and even photos of each horse. So simple, even a child can do it. The future is here. The future is Lip Chip.
This show is brought to you in part by DAC Vitamins and Minerals of Florida. All horses need a solid immune system, excellent joint support, a healthy gut, and DAC has all the vitamins and minerals they need with the NASC stamp of approval. So like them on Facebook now or go to feeddac.com. DAC, it makes a world of difference.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton, host and executive producer of the Horse Talk Show. Sitting to my right, Maria LaCasse from Midnight Rose Equestrian, massage therapist to the stars. I mean, to the horses and the people. Some of them are stars, right?
Like you.
Oh, yes, like me. I got a massage last night, which is why I am really peppy today. It was really a treat. And behind me, I have Dancing Pete Rodda from Complementary Horsemanship, who's going to give us a horsemanship tip of the week later on. And then I have our special guest here in the studio we've been chatting to from the Thoroughbred Transformation Expo in its 6th year, hard to believe, Laurine and Abby. So we've been chatting a little bit about how time flies, because I remember the first one like...
Yeah.
What have you seen over the 6 years that have been really big, significant changes? I'm sure growth in the number of people competing and in the interest in the event.
Yes, and so we started, I guess, as just a restricted show where limited horses could compete, and one of the changes we made was we opened it up to all thoroughbreds. They don't have to have raced. They could have gone through the sale and never made it to a race, or they raced 7 years ago as opposed to just the 3 years off the track. So that's one change that we transformed, I guess, over the years, which is great because now we've got fan favorites, horses that have come year one and are still coming in their 6th year, which is exciting. There's definitely horses that I look forward to seeing every year, you know, like that's my favorite. And I make sure that if I'm not already there, it's at ringside, that I'm going to be there to watch that horse compete. And just the camaraderie, like, there's new faces every year coming in, but then there's also the same faces that we've seen from year one, and you just make so many friends, like, because of the horses. We've got so many friends and partnerships that I'll forever be grateful for, and I think all of us, like, I've met everyone through horses, so I have a lot to be thankful for, and the show is just... It's definitely an experience. One new thing was last year we had a driving horse, which was pretty unique to the breed. Even that's something I had
Very
not seen a thoroughbred do yet.
Yeah.
We had 2 actually. It was the same lady. She brought both of her driving horses and did some really fun stuff in the freestyle. So that's something cool.
Yes, I definitely have not seen it. I'm trying to think of a thoroughbred I've seen drive, and I don't think I have ever.
No, it was something else. You know, I think some of the other horses were more scared than the actual one pulling the cart, but it was quite the experience. And
that's really neat.
Every year. And then the lights, that was a new addition. I love Christmas, and so last year when we pulled up there on Thursday and there were all those lights there, I don't know if you've gone through the drive-through.
My donkeys live there. They are very fascinated. They think it's all that's lovely.
Yeah, that was the Alvin and the Chipmunks last year during their freestyle.
I love that.
It was so cool.
That is awesome. Yes, it really is. Yeah, my donkeys are boarded there, so they think the lights have been put up to celebrate them for Christmas, you know.
Yeah, that's a new addition, and it takes our Christmas theme completely over the top, which I love.
It really does, yes. It's lovely, and it gets dark early now, so you get to kind of see them, right?
Yeah, it's really
Isn't that?
so cool.
I know, that's amazing.
That's really something to see them. It just proves how versatile they truly are and how much you can do with them,
Exactly.
I would ride mine into war. I'm like, they're so used to my redneck neighbors that I'm like, cool, things blowing up, it's fine.
Loud noises.
I watched one of my neighbors towing a recliner chair behind their truck.
Only in
And I'm
Ocala.
just like, cool. No, this is in Washington.
Oh! What?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They're my favorites, though. I love my redneck neighbors.
So funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, my horse is a real broke.
The real broke. So they've kind of seen it all. It's pretty amazing. So tell us what you think kind of for the future. December 9th, of course, is this year's at the Florida Horse Park, who we dearly love. We're a media partner with them, and they're just a phenomenal organization. Jason Reynolds and his team there.
Yeah,
nobody does anything. Yes, they're amazing.
It's a great facility.
It is. They're wonderful people. Kim Vanderwalt and the whole team there. Chris, everybody. My gosh, they helped us so much during the hurricane. Ian aftermath, going up and down, the interstate and storing everything for us and being a donation point. And we can't say enough about how wonderful they are to work with.
Yeah, I have to second that. They've been great, and I see our future there for a long time.
It's a great facility to have the eventing course and the covered arena and
Got it all.
The rings. It does. It has it all.
And the new office is beautiful. I love it.
Yes, more coming soon.
Yes.
There's more coming. I'm on the board, so I kind of get to see some of the amazing things. My donkeys are watching everything going on there all the time. They keep me up to date. But future, and before I forget, so spectators are welcome. People can come and watch.
Welcome. Yep, free for spectators.
December 9th.
Yep,
Time?
9th, 10th, 11th.
9th,
We
10th,
start
11th.
about 8 o'clock every day, and we conclude about 6 o'clock, so 8 to 6. And we do one discipline at a time, so they don't have to pick and choose. We go from dressage to the hunters to freestyle, or actually I think dressage, hunters, working ranch, and then Saturday we've got the cross country, and then the jumpers, and then the freestyle. And then on Sunday, all the disciplines come for their finale. So the top 6 horses in all the disciplines will be there Sunday competing, with the exception of cross country and eventing. They come all 3 days because we do it as a 3-day event. So they're there all 3 days, regardless of how they do.
Amazing. So lots of good stuff to watch. Lots of action.
Yes, lots of action. It's
and
gonna
then
be great.
Future grow bigger.
We hope. I mean, would love to increase the prize money every year. That's definitely a goal of ours, is to increase the prize money.
Which you did.
Which we did this year. Yeah, this
Yeah.
year we went from 25,000 to 28,000.
Nice.
We would love to give away lots. That'd be, I don't want to put numbers out there, but our goal is to continue to give out more prize money, attract more horses, just make it a big celebration every year for the thoroughbreds, that any thoroughbred lover can come out or horse lover can come out and enjoy the event and really see what the breed is all about, because I do think they get that stereotype of being hot-headed, and there are some, but that's, some people are hot-headed.
Exactly.
Some days we have good days and some days we have bad, but every day they're going to show up and they're going to give you their all, and they're very honest about it, which is what I love.
They are indeed. And we actually have a special treat for you.
Oh.
We have piranha bags that actually are really cool because don't you love what they do here on air? This is fantastic. But there's goodies in here for you. There's some baby shine, and there's some
my daughter.
There's some
will
other
have
treats
a field
in here
day.
for you, Zero Bite, and all kinds of good stuff in here. So those are from Piranha for you guys. Yes.
Thanks.
you.
And they've been good supporters of us.
They have as well.
And that's the other part of this, too, is just keep growing the recognition within the industry. The big guns, Gulfstream, Tampa, they support us, the racetracks. And we're obviously very grateful for that. And it is, yes, about money. We need prize money. But then, to have people on board with us and saying, yes, it's important. We're not, yes, the horses need grain and someone could say, well, why a horse show? What's the big deal? But we think that, one, the camaraderie, two, the positive, seeing
Feel
these
good.
horses
Yes.
doing well, having fun, the people keep coming back. And then the industry getting on board with it and saying, yeah, we are concerned. People outside the industry say, oh, great. Everybody's really looking forward to, the aftercare and doing the best for the horses.
Yes,
so important.
absolutely. And, a lot of people don't even think about this, but generally, racehorses are kind of 5, 6 or, off to a different career. Whereas show jumping, you're thinking a horse is phenomenal. Start at 12, 13, 14. You're like just beginning. So that's important to remember. This is what we want to
a long
see happen.
lifespan.
Very quickly, because we only have 30 seconds, and I'll get this in a minute. How do people get more information?
runfortheribbons.org, our Facebook, or my number is everywhere. They can call me directly, and I'm happy to answer
everywhere.
questions.
Florida Transformation Expo.
There you go. Look at that. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We love being a media sponsor and supporting you. Great job. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
We'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to talk a little horse and people massage. Stay with us. The presenting sponsor of this portion of the Horse Talk Show is brought to you by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our TV broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Also, thank you to supporting sponsors, Nirvana Medical Spa, Equine Therapy International, TT Distributors, Summit Joint Performance, Equigreen, Midnight Rose Equestrian, the Florida Horse Park, Horse Farms Forever, and the Equine Performance and Innovative Center. Having an air conditioner that works well in Florida is a must. Experience peace of mind by working with Florida HVAC Services, a family-owned and operated company taking pride in always putting their customers first, providing air conditioner repair, installation, and maintenance services on all makes and models. For those suffering from allergies or asthma, air quality testing is recommended and hospital-grade air filters are available. Ask about a pure air filtration system today. Check them out at flhvacservices.com or like them on Facebook. Florida HVAC Services, serving all of North Central Florida with honesty, integrity, and the highest value of workmanship. And that's 100% guaranteed.
This hour of the Horse Talk Show is presented by Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, where the entire team is committed to making your experience in sales and service hassle-free and easier than ever with no games or gimmicks. Come in and visit on Southwest College Road or online at palmchevrolet.com. A second-to-none experience with all the amenities. Palm Chevy, find new roads. This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
Horses. Piranha! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! Oh, piranha.
My name is Dr. Natalie Solomon. I formulated Equigreen with cutting-edge science and technology alongside the passion that is represented by a lifelong love of horses. I created a product that I would trust for my horses because they deserve nothing but the best for their bodies. Horses rely on us to take care of them, to love them, to respect them. This is how Equigreen came to life. Equigreen, CBD for your horse that you can trust.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Maria LaCasse of Midnight Rose Equestrian's background is in natural horsemanship and dressage principles, with a main focus on maintaining a balance of communication and correct biomechanics between horse and rider. Come to her farm, or she'll come to yours. Allow Maria to help you and your horse to unwind and balance to increase performance so that you can both be the best you can be together to build a lifelong partnership of success. Maria LaCasse of Midnight Rose Equestrian is a graduate of the Equine Natural Movement School for Equine Structural Integration and a Florida School of Massage graduate. Find Midnight Rose Equestrian on social media and on the web at midnightroseequestrian.com and book your massage for your horse and you right away. Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
Ooh, spot on.
What a
Louisa
treat.
Barton here on
What
the
a
Horse
treat.
Talk.
She got it in at the last
She
second.
did. It was.
What a treat.
It is a treat to have Larson hay.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
My horses love it.
They
I wonder
do.
if I could say treat 500 times if I'd catch up.
Perhaps.
Where'd he go?
Maria LaCasse is with Midnight Rose Equestrian and Dancing Pete Rodda with Complementary Horsemanship. And we're going to chat a little bit about massage. Maria gives both equestrians and horses massage and is qualified and licensed to do both. Maria, talk to us a little bit about why you have this here and what.
Don't worry,
all
I'll
this...
sanitize this.
Yes, good. the foot.
Pick on Pete Day.
Oh no, we've had a conversation
Special.
about like different, pressure points in like the ear or on the foot that can help with your body, which is great. But there's also points all over your body that can kind of help release tension, increase circulation, engage your parasympathetic nervous system.
Mine's
Relax you, yeah.
probably, yes. And tell us a little bit about what you do with these pressure points.
It depends. Like some things you apply pressure to, some things you move around. I just brought these because we had that conversation that one day, but really I usually find trigger points around the body.
It seems like when I get a massage that after you've spent not very long at all, very short amount of time, you are able to go straight to the points in my body that have the most pain.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive to me. And it's a treat to feel better afterwards. So can you share
And she
a little bit
loves
about-
those treats.
Yes, I do. How you how you feel that out, how you feel that without me telling you, because I don't have to say, oh, you know where it hurts? You're immediately like, ooh.
Yeah, first of all, I usually start kind of on a lighter superficial level and then sink my way in so that the tissue opens up and allows me to see things. Because if you sit there and you bulldog your way in, then the body starts bracing. And so by allowing the tissue to open, then, you start feeling like variances in the tissues, either things that are super tight or if it's dense or if there's like a dip where there's not getting circulation. You can find points like that, but I kind of joke about how I'm very familiar with trauma because I've fallen off a lot and,
Yes.
been beaten up by life a few times. And
Yes.
so I'm like, oh, yeah, no, we should get rid of that. And
Now-
so, though, like the more awareness that you bring to an area that has
Yes.
tension or even emotions will get stuck in there.
I was going to actually ask you about that.
Yeah.
How about like the emotions that are all...
Right,
you
like
know,
the more awareness that you bring to that spot.
I can say I was bad yesterday, real bad. I was like just a basket.
Yeah,
case
we
yesterday.
mix some energy work and stuff in there, but like, the more awareness you bring to those areas so that you can like feel those things and release them, then your body's allows to release the things.
So when you mention energy, what is your definition of energy? Because I always like to talk about that with my students. So getting to hear it from other disciplines or things other people do with energy, what would you define energy or how you use energy?
I just feel a lot of sensations while I'm working on people. Like it'll feel like a rush of like tingling or something. Things in my body will just change. Like even receiving energy work, it's just interesting how it'll flow through your body and you notice where it doesn't flow through your body. And
But
it's
we
the same
all
with
have
people.
it, right?
Yeah.
Like we all have it. Like when somebody walks in a room, you can feel either a negative or positive if you're sort of in tune with that. So you know if the person immediately is, or at least I do. Maybe everybody doesn't, but you can feel a bad mood. You can
Right, you
feel
feel a vibe.
Yeah, so you can feel a vibe. So that's the person's energy, right?
Right.
So how important it is to tap into that with
Right.
healing.
And then it's the same with horses and how you bring your energy to horses and vice versa.
Exactly. So before we switch to horses, because we want to share a very important video with you here on the horse side of things, but you've recently added an additional location in Ocala.
Oh, yes. I am in Ocala Monday afternoons, 3:30 through the evening, Saturdays, and then Sundays. And I'm a independent contractor with Relevant Massage. And so
people can now go to Horse and Hound and then pop in and have a nice relaxing
or pop in for a massage
and then
then go get a drink.
Yes,
at Horse and Hound, like
with Maria,
and done.
That's very nice.
I'll drink water.
Yes, you'll drink water. And I should drink more water. Working on that as well.
Same.
So on to horses. So equestrians, horses. This is a rather important horse right here.
Yeah.
Not more important than any other horse, but a bit of a special horse because this is the horse that won the Kentucky Oaks this year, which is the same as the Derby but for the female horses. And this amazing horse ran a little heart out and won the Oaks and also came forth in the Breeders' Cup. The Breeders' Cup.
Distaff.
Thank you. And just an amazing horse, but had some sensitive spots. But after a race like that, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she was lovely because I was half afraid that my lovely prom dress that I was wearing that day would reach out since it was windy. No, I wore my prom dress. I was like, no, it's fine. It still fits. But it had like these little like tendril things off of it, and it was windy, and I was like, if these catch this horse's leg, I'm gonna freaking die because my back, like I threw my back out before I went, and I was like, I can't even get away. This will be awesome. This will be the end.
Fun stuff. But
you'll get it on video.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, I would have got it on video.
It would be a treat for Louisa.
It would have been yes, a treat indeed to see such a thing. But it was a treat to be in there with the Oaks winner. That was a huge big deal to have an opportunity to do that and to see her. Obviously, after a race like that, sensitive in spots, and you definitely relaxed her.
And Sebastian Nickel, he was lovely for letting us do it.
Yes.
Great. Sebastian.
He is the right-hand man to the one and only Dwayne Lucas, which you don't get a bigger name than that in the racing world.
So you did the horse and the trainer, or the assistant trainer?
I did rub on his shoulders a little bit, but then I felt like I gypped him because I was like, it's fine, it's cold here, and my back is broken.
Yes, but it was a great experience, and just to even be in his barn around a horse of that caliber was amazing, and just to see the horse relax after the fact and be like, whew, was really, really nice. Must be rewarding for you to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then it was funny that day because I was wearing like tights with sandals, and so that was like the other thing where I was like, I look like a friggin' emu thing going on here, but I can walk. It was embarrassing. It was awesome.
Yeah, getting dressed up for the races, it was a push, right?
Yeah. That and like this woman right here, and her heels freaking hoofed it all the way around the track to get to the backside of the track.
I'm a goer, you can't really stop me.
Ran up the hill on her heels, and I'm just sitting there like,
I prefer myself to be in the backside of the track. It's just too much more of an experience, where if you watch any of the major channels that broadcast any of the major races, majority of what you see on the television is at the racetrack by the finish line, with owners and trainers and all winner's circle you see and all of that, but you don't see a lot of behind the scenes, and behind the scenes is where the magic happens.
Right.
That's where the horses learn to do what they do, and it is a treat to be back there.
All the unsung heroes are back there, all the grooms, the exercise riders, all the ones that are super invested.
Going and getting a chance to meet those people and see, what they do. Gigi and I were down at Gulfstream Park, and we actually got to see one of the grooms in there, one of Mark Cassie's grooms, just wrapping legs and talking about how much he loved his job and how getting up at 3 a.m. for him was no big deal because he loved it. So that was the sound. And Gigi's
That's always a treat.
It's always a treat, yes. But if you want to know more about Maria, you can go to her website.
www.midnightrosellc.com.
There you go.
Ta-da.
And you can book an appointment. We'll be back on the Horse Talk Show in just a few minutes, and I have to swap seats because I can't be here. It's weird. The presenting sponsor of this portion of the Horse Talk Show is brought to you by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our TV broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Also, thank you to supporting sponsors, Nirvana Medical Spa, Equine Therapy International, TT Distributors, Summit Joint Performance, Equigreen, Midnight Rose Equestrian,
the Florida Horse Park, Horse Farms Forever, and the Equine Performance and Innovative Center.
Hi, I'm Alan Davies with Equine Therapy International. Today we're at Engineered Equine Performance celebrating the new saltwater chilled treadmill. This particular chilled equine saltwater treadmill is a game changer. As you can see, the finest materials are used, the filtration system, coarse, fine filtration, no chemicals. We use UV, ozone, combination of filtration to keep the highest water chemistry standards. Being a saltwater unit, only the finest stainless steel and materials are used. That's important when it comes to longevity and cost of service over the life of the unit. This unit also has integrated massage jets with fine bubbles and coarse air bubbles for the therapy. The control system on this is Siemens industrial grade, top of the line technology, straight from Germany, but also serviceable here in the US.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
This show was brought to you in part by TT Distributors, dedicated to bringing their customers the largest selection of quality horse supplements, products, and farrier supplies in Florida at affordable prices. Also online at ttdistributors.com.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Make it up.
Back on the final segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest. Alfalfa.
Oh, we all did that together. That was
Wow.
very well. We've been practicing behind the scenes here. It is certainly a treat to have both of you here this week in the CEP Equine Studios in downtown Ocala, in the horse capital of the world. And did you know, I know I did, do you know that we are the only live and local horse talk show that is on Facebook, that is on the radio and internet worldwide on Saturday mornings on 97.3 The Sky, and on the television, on Equus Television, subscription-free TV on all smart TV networks, and on so many podcasts we can't even tell you what we're on because we're on more than we even know. So I don't know if you know that about us, but we do cover all breeds and all disciplines in the horse capital of the world and beyond, and that's a pretty cool thing that we can say. And next year is our 10th year as a show. And I will never forget my first show in 2013 in yoga pants at Florida Sports Talk, live on Saturday morning with a script. Imagine that. And Pat Pirelli on the show, so I didn't have to worry about talking. Because I knew he could out-talk me. And speaking of horsemanship, my co-host here, Dancing, Pete Rodda from Complementary Horsemanship, is going to give us a extraordinary horsemanship tip of the week, which is a real treat, but also getting a foot massage from my other co-host, Maria LaCasse from Midnight Rose Equestrian, makes a double treat this week. So
you can see 2 feet and one's yours.
One is mine. Yeah, the pretty one is mine.
I don't sit idly well, so this is good for me.
No,
Good.
and she's definitely helping me with my digestion. So, complimentary.
Tip of the week.
Tip of the week. We're going to make you a special little, well, I shouldn't say we because I'm incapable, but Isaac Brocious, our fantastic show producer, is going to create a cute little, well, it can't be cute because you wouldn't like that, but a very professional looking little Pete
Why does it have to be
Rodda
little? Why not
dancing.
big?
Well, it can be big, but you'll be dancing in it.
Okay.
A little jig, and then tip of the week. So
horsemanship, tip of the week, boundaries. How important are boundaries? Well, boundaries can be your rein, the length of your line, so your horse doesn't run away from you. It can be staying in the pasture. It can be getting out of your space. All these things are important to the horse. Just like when you drive down the road, wouldn't you like to know what side of the road you should be on? When
Unless
can
you're
you
a Brit.
pass? Yeah, if you're, well, but that's still boundaries. You better
Right.
know that you're in England.
Yes.
You got to be on the other side. But how important boundaries are to a horse as well as a human. And that's probably one of the biggest things I teach people is that once you create a boundary for a horse, it creates bonding. And that's where people go, oh, no, I want him in my space. I want all this. And I said, well, think about in the herd, the one that allows them in uninvited is not the leader and is not the one calling the shots usually. So the person that creates the boundary and then says, okay, now you can come in, is usually the one that's calling the shots and asking them to do things and stuff like that.
I'm looking alarmed.
No fair, she's getting a massage.
Well, no, I'm more looking alarmed because of the fact that the main problem all my life has been a lack of boundaries, and that this year I always have a word at the beginning of the year that is going to be my focus. And the beginning of this year, my word was boundaries, and I have not done well, but now I am in the end of November and I'm going to change that. That boundaries is going to be my goal. And I'm also excited to say that next week we record our first show that will air on Equus Television on Sunday. We don't have a name for it yet, but we're open for ideas. If you would like to come up with something along the lines of horses and God, but that just sounds too simple. But our first topic...
Maybe that's what it should be.
Maybe. But our first topic, our first series is going to be on boundaries. So we're going to talk about how that relates to your human life and your overall emotional and spiritual wellness. So it should be quite good.
Because in my opinion, horses, once you create that boundary and it's consistent and it's all the time the same distance, that I think they go, oh, you're paying attention to your boundaries, you're going to pay attention to everything else that's going around. So now I can take a moment to be okay because I know you're watching the surroundings. And that's just what I find with the horses. Once you create your boundary of your bubble, they start relaxing and going, oh, well, if you're paying attention that close, then you probably pay attention to everything.
Why haven't we done this tip of the week before? It's brilliant.
I know.
Let's take it to Renab Ranch. This weekend, I was at Renab Ranch, and actually I used one of Pete's sequence of techniques. I'll share a little more of that. I don't have a video proof of that, by the way, but I can share with you. But this is the Renab Ranch in Lecanto, which Lillian is a wonderful woman that owns the facility, and it's actually 20 acres, but it looks like 50 when you're there. But she has a wonderful setup of individual paddocks for horses, so they don't have to be turned out with other horses that they don't know. They don't even necessarily have to be turned out with your other horses if you don't want. They can be separate. But they do have hookups for your RV, so you can camp out for the weekend. And the trails nearby are absolutely beautiful. You can ride right out into them and into the forest. And really, really a beautiful, beautiful farm in Lecanto. The prices are so reasonable. It's something like $9 for the day, and then I think $15 overnight if you want to stay. Just incredible real price there, you know, and you can come and camp and have a good time and relax and go for a ride and just really enjoy yourself there. And they have donkeys and goats, the baby goats, the cuddle sessions that they have with the baby goats are just amazing. And just a really nice environment to be in. I just want to thank, there's the baby goat. I want to thank Jody Moore and Lillian for allowing me to come there and see this beautiful facility that you can really get kind of away from it all and be so peaceful. And they have these sessions cuddling goats so that they can get friendlier. And there were some very little ones running around that were just absolutely adorable. I got a little chance to to hug on them. So I really enjoyed that. That's like that's goat therapy right there. It doesn't get much better than that. Look at that look at that one. That's a cutie. Stop looking at me like that. So anyway, I just want to thank Jody and Lillian for that lovely experience. You can find Renab Branch. It's actually Lillian's name, Baynar backwards, Renab Branch. So you can check them out.
And you know how you can tell the difference between a goat and a sheep? Goat's tails go up, sheep's tails go down, and you don't dock a goat.
Can't you just look at it and know it's not a sheep?
No, there's some sheep breeds that look like goats and some goat breeds that look like sheep.
Really? Well, that definitely looks like a goat, but look how cute that is. I mean, that is like beyond cute. Look at that. Oh, I was cuddling them and kissing them. And Jody owns The Art of Leather, and she's actually going to be at J&J Tack Shop this Saturday, and she is going to have some of her beautiful handmade items she makes out of leather. She makes beautiful bags. She makes bracelets, watches. She makes lamps. And absolutely everything she makes is beautiful. Knife holders, all sorts of things. So you can actually go and see her at J&J Tack Shop this Saturday and buy some of her wonderful items for Christmas gifts. So
it's a treat.
It is a treat. It'd be a real treat to meet Jody too, because she's a character, by the way. So we got to wrap it up. Great show this week. Whether you're in Ocala, Marion County, the horse capital of the world, or not. Happy horsing around till the same time next week.
See ya.
Bye.